Well, hello and welcome back to another episode of Smokin with Scotty. Today we are going to be doing the 3-2-1 method of smoking ribs. And I wanted to say a big, huge thanks to the folks over at Burly Meats providing with some delicious ribs, Salmon River Farms from the Independent Meat Company, which is Paul's brand. So we're super happy to have some local pork here. Got that from Burly Meats, and let's just get right into the cook. So here we go. This is the back side of the ribs that we got. A lot of times when you get ribs, they will have a membrane covering the back of the ribs, but these did not. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Super easy to remove that membrane. Just take like a butter knife, scoop it right down one of the ribs, and pull it up, and that membrane just pops right up. Grab a hold of it with a paper towel and rip her off. So I'm not going to be doing a lot of trimming here today. We're not going for a competition rib. We're just going something, really good to eat at the house. So a lot of those guys will trim every single little ounce of fat off everything. We're not going to do that. There is one piece of fat, though, I do want to address, and that's this little guy right here. So we'll just get in there and get that cut off and pull that off the way. And let's see, we'll get a little more there. It's a pretty good chunk. Go ahead and pull that off, set that aside, and this is what we got left. You can see there's quite a bit of moisture on these ribs. We're going to just take a little paper towel and we're going to pat them dry. And really the preparation for these is not too bad. Also, another thing, what you want to keep in mind here, we're not going to be cooking to a temp today. This is all going to be timed, and I know I say this all the time. It's all about temp, and not time. However, with the 3-2-1 method, it takes all that guesswork out. You don't have to worry about that. Today, we're going to be seasoning with the honey bacon barbecue meat church that we picked up at Burly Meats. It's supposed to be really sweet. We're going to give this one a shot today. Now, on the back side, where the ribs are, we're not really concerned about seasoning too much there. However, where you can see this exposed meat, we're going to make sure we get a really nice dose of seasoning on that. So we'll get our rub put on here. Really like the meat church stuff. It's really good, and the hay grill hay that they carry at Burly Meats is really awesome. So as you can see, that's about where we're going to go there. We'll just give it a light dusting on the back side where the ribs are. Like I said, not a huge deal, making sure that we get a lot of seasoning on there. So we'll go ahead and flip it over, and we're just going to do pretty much the same thing that we did to the other side. Pat it dry, make sure we get all the moisture off, and then we're going to go back to our rub here. Make sure we get a really nice coat on this side. You can hear my dogs in the background. I think they're already hungry. So just a really nice good coat of this seasoning. You don't have to do a whole lot. It's not a big thick cut of meat. So, but you do want to make sure that you get a really nice, good, even coat. And what we're going to do, we're going to take these out to the Green Mountain Grill, and we're going to smoke these at 180 degrees for 3 hours. That's the 3 part. Then we're going to pull them off. We're going to wrap them up, turn it up to 225. Going to smoke them for 2 hours. After that's done, I'm going to pull them out, unwrap them. We're going to sauce them, put them back on at 225 degrees for about an hour until I think that the sauce is caramelized well enough on the ribs. So next time you see me, we'll have these bad boys smoked for 3 hours, and looking forward to that. It's been 3 hours. Our ribs have been smoking at 180 degrees. Now it is time to wrap them up and get them tender. So here's where we're at. We got our ribs smoked up. First thing we're going to do, we're going to put down a little bit of brown sugar. All right, that looks good. Now we're going to put these upside down. And then we're going to come in with some butter. And a little bit of honey. Just a nice even drizzle. Don't have to have a lot, just a little bit for the flavor. All right, that's how that's going to look. I'm going to fold this up this one side. Bring up the other side. I've got 3 sheets of foil here. going to come over. Make sure we pack it down really, really tight. Bring that side up. Make sure it's all tight. Now this is going to go on the smoker. We're going to put it up to 225 degrees. We're going to smoke these for 2 hours. Then we're going to sauce them. And we're going to put them back on for another hour. By then, they'll be done and ready to go. So we'll see you then. Oh, buddy, am I excited. We've got our ribs done. So really quick, wanted to give a recap of what we done. We got our ribs out, patted them dry, gave them a little bit of seasoning, let them set for just a little bit. We put them in the smoker for 3 hours at 180 degrees. We pulled them off the smoker. We wrapped them up in foil. We added a little bit of butter, brown sugar, and some honey. Put them back on the smoker for 2 hours at 225 degrees. Then we pulled them out of the wrapping, put some barbecue sauce on them, let them cook for another hour at 225 degrees. And so here we are. It is time to see if we did any good. So, oh man, those things are piping hot. All right. Take a look. You can see they're really tender. Still plenty of juice on the inside. Got a decent little smoke ring. Nice tacky barbecue sauce. One last thing left to do. Let's taste this bad boy. Perfect bite away. So tender. They got a really good sweetness to them. That butter brings in some cream. Oh, absolutely delicious. You've got to try the whole 3-2-1 method with the barbecue ribs. We use the Meat Church honey bacon barbecue rub on those prior to. Just so good. Try them. 3-2-1 ribs. And you know, if you're looking for some good ribs, stop into Burly Meats. They've got a great selection. They carry the Salmon River Farms or Salmon Creek Farms from Independent Meat. Absolutely delicious 3-2-1 ribs. See you next time on another episode of Smokin' with Scotty.